Back in June of this year, a friend of mine introduced me to a trail that wound its way into a mountain that I had previously thought there's no way I could get a motorcycle up into. The trail was extremely rocky and early season conditions prevented us from making it very far, but I learned that if I came back in a couple months, there's a chance that I could make it to a series of alpine lakes. 2 months later and we're back with a new tire, new gearing, and a new Recluse slave cylinder. Though, despite all the new upgrades to my bike, I have to admit it's been 2 months since I've really ridden. At the same time that I'm breaking off the cobwebs and getting back into riding, I'm also learning more and more that this route might take a little more preparation to do. So for this ride, we'll learn the terrain and figure out what we'll need to come back with in the fall to hopefully make it up and over the mountains and all the way through the route. At the peak of this mountain, the trail seemingly fades away into the granite. Let me know in the comments section how you think I should navigate that terrain when I come back. So based on what I saw last time I rode this trail back in June, and like I said, I only rode part of it. I didn't actually ride the whole thing because it was kind of getting late and I didn't really, want to push it. From what I've seen, it's got a whole lot of different obstacles and terrain, and it's definitely a little bit of a challenge, which I like. But, I got to keep in mind, this is also my first ride in like 2 months. So I'm going to try and take it easy as best I can. But this ride should have everything from wooded sections to rocky technical sections like I'm doing right now. Should have some water crossings, some alpine areas. I might get to see a couple alpine lakes. All kinds of really cool stuff. This is definitely a route that has, major views and stuff. So I'm pretty pumped to ride it. I also got to remember too, it's August at the time that I'm filming this video. So you can see things are definitely dusty. But that new tire, honestly, the new tire and the gearing change is going to probably save my bacon on that. With all the dust and the rocks, I'm going to be so happy I made those changes. Heck, I already am. Yeah, so here's what would have been a water crossing. But is all dried up now. This route is about, I think, 11 miles or 22 miles if I do it, in and out. But I think I'm only going to do the 11-mile version. We'll see how I feel. Also, since my last ride with Carter and our whole experience getting lost out in the woods, I have made so many changes to my pack. Not only have I made all these changes to my bike, but I've also packed more food, a bivvy in case I had to spend the night again somewhere, a way to filter water, a jump starting kit that has its own independent battery so I can ride alone. All kinds of upgrades to my pack. So after that last incident, I feel like I can have a lot more confidence now after I made those changes to what I'm carrying. I also moved a bit of the weight that I carry onto my bike. Because, some people may or may not know, but the pack that I carry, it gets so heavy by the end of the ride. So, I've moved my tools and whatnot onto the bike, which I think is going to make a huge help in the long term, if I'm doing long rides. Oh guys, this new tire feels amazing. I'm definitely that kind of guy where, when I have a set of tires, I usually cook it all the way before I replace them. So my last tire was done. Man, that was gnarly. Yeah, so as you guys can see, there's definitely a lot of that technical rocky stuff. And it's definitely no better with, how little moisture's in the dirt. Interesting. I wonder if that connects. I believe it might. Sure looks like it does. Yep. I think that according to the Forest Service, this trail is ranked either a black diamond or a double black. I can't recall. Man, it's also way more overgrown than it was last time I was here. Oh, wow. So back when I first rode this lake was totally full. Like completely full. That's wild. Should make this first water crossing a little bit easier. Still kind of got it. There we go. I think that, like, considering that it's my first ride back in a good while, I really got to get rid of some of these jitters. You know, like when you haven't ridden in a while, you know you've done it before, but it still kind of makes you nervous, you know? I think it could also just be that I'm solo riding, which I haven't done in a while. That last experience of getting stuck out in the woods definitely reminded me that I'm mortal, which at 23, that's probably a good thing. Okay, I remember this was definitely one of the more technical spots that I did. So I'm going to try and just kind of piecemeal my way up this. Oh yeah, that gearing is really helping. Gonna seat bounce it a little bit. There we go. Oh yeah, there's the ultimate rock garden right there. Nope. Looks like there's another option that way. Let's take a look at this other route. Yeah, this other route might be even more doable. Good. Yeah, I guess that we could just bypass that whole thing. That's even better. Whoa. See that edge? Holy cow, it almost took me out. The deeper I get into this trail, I think more and more the key is going to be smart about it. So I think I'm going to have to treat this trail kind of how I was treating a lot of the trails in Moab. You know, there's a lot of sections that I've seen so far that are really sketchy, especially because it's sandy, it's rocky, and some of these granite rocks that stick out into the trail, they're like little death traps. So I think as I find these really sketchy sections, I'm going to have to be careful about piecing my way up them. But the gearing change and the tire are definitely helping significantly. Definitely going kind of slow through here. Because I don't really trust some of these logs. They stick out like just enough into the trail. Yeah, see, these pieces of granite, I'm sure the video won't do it justice, but they are extremely jagged. And they interlace each other in a way where you kind of have to go slow through it. Because if you go fast through it, you either have to hit those rocks head on, or you risk clipping your fork tube. And if you do that, that's just like hitting the ejector seat. Like you are gone. Definitely excited to get up onto the ridgeline, because some of this wooded stuff is pretty overgrown. Still probably not nearly as overgrown as the last trail that I did a couple months back. Yeah, finally got out of that stuff. Finally got way up on top. Oh wow, look at all the grouse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Holy cow. Now that's a covey. Wow, that was so cool to see all those grouse. I think it's been a really good year for birds. If you guys didn't know, I also do some upland hunting once it's hunting season. And grouse, what we just passed, those are my favorite kind of game bird to go hunting for. They're such cool birds, and I've seen so many this year, and it's not even season yet, so I'm really stoked about it. Man, this place is crispy. Another thing, I don't know if you guys can really tell over the camera or not, but it's pretty smoky out. And you know, fire season hasn't been all that good to us out here lately. And you know, when I come on these kinds of rides and I see how dry it is, it's like, man, I can see why it's been kind of a rough year for fires. Because yeah, this whole meadow is crispy. Let's keep this momentum going. Now right here was the farthest I went on this trail a couple months back before I turned around. So all of this is new for me going forward. There we go. I think we're nearly at the top. I just can't get any traction on that stuff. Look at that. All right. Jeez. I can't catch a break, you guys. My front wheel. Zero traction through that stuff. Wow. So it looks like we might be getting up onto the ridgeline right now, but we'll see. I'm hoping this terrain might become a little bit more forgiving, which it looks like it might. Yeah, all of this is completely new territory to me at this point. So it's really cool to kind of see it for the first time. Oh, look at that. We're at another alpine lake. Wow, let me see if I can get a better view. Oh, wow, it looks like we're actually surrounded on both sides. You know, I gotta imagine we're probably at least at like 7,000 feet right now, if I had to guess. I'd have to look at a topographic map of the area later, but we're definitely up there. But it's cool seeing water sources like that around me because, you know, I remember the ride where I ran out of water with Carter, and, you know, now I have my water filtration system, so that's pretty rad. And I don't want to speak too soon, but this terrain is definitely way more forgiving than it was down below. I just got to stick in this rut. The wild thing is, like, it's August, but look at all the colors that are already starting to pop out. I mean, granted, half of it's probably colors from the plants being dead, but but we got flowers. Look at that. That's sick. looks like we might be going back up into the woods. Oh no, we're going even higher in elevation. Oh, another rock garden, and a mean one too. Gonna need to be in first gear for this, because this granite is absolutely ruthless. That was close. There we go. There we go. You know what just occurred to me? I've had this trail completely to myself so far. That's too cool. Yeah, we are definitely above 7,000 feet, or at least, at the very least, in the high sixes. Whoa, man. My front end almost washed out on me. Yeah, it's like these rocks are a challenge as is, but because it's so dry, you know, they're just these baby fist sized rocks that just like fly out from under you when you hit them. There we go. Oh man, check out that view, guys. That's a view. Getting up into some switchbacks, huh? We're so close to the top. So close. I'll let myself take a break up there. See, that's exactly what I'm talking about, you guys. There's little baby fist rocks. I hit one, boom. I make a 90-degree turn, like that. Oh, that was sketchy. I'm glad I didn't dump the bike there, because that was close. Okay. Back on track. Get that rock out of there. You are causing issues. Get out of here. There we go. Okay, now where did the trail go? I can see these tire tracks from where it looks like other people went, so I'm gonna follow those. Yeah, there we go, there's the trail. Okay, the trail has kind of disappeared again. It could either go that way or that way. Okay, we gotta go explore and find it again. Holy cow. Oy, oy, oy. So I've walked a little ways, and I'm curious what you guys think. When you're staring at this, can you see a trail? Like, I know you can't really answer me, but I can kind of see it, I guess. It looks like it goes through here and back, and then I can see signs that people were jumping that log, because I could see a break in it. So it looks like this is the trail, and my bike is just kind of on the other side of those rocks right there. But then you get to here, and it's like, okay, where's the trail now? You know, and you could probably convince me that maybe it follows that rock ledge, but I can't tell you. Yeah, so I just walked a little bit further, and like, not a sign of trail whatsoever. I mean, it's a beautiful area, don't get me wrong on that, but there is no sign of trail. See, as I come back down here, now we're at my bike. The trail that I just showed you starts, you know, from my bike, goes up and over. See, like that, it looks like a trail. And then eventually you lose it over there like I showed you. But another thing that I see You can just barely see it. There's a cairn right over there. If you guys don't know what a cairn is, it's a pile of rocks that historically I think they were left by people in the Arctic, you know, for like Arctic explorers to let other people know that, you know, we were here. So this kind of looks like it could be a trail to me as well, especially because somebody marked it, right? And so I look at this and I'm like, okay, that kind of looks like a trail. So maybe I'll go follow that for a second and see where it goes. Yeah, because this has a trail-like feel to it. Okay, it's almost 2:30 as well. That's something I also got to keep in mind because I don't want to be stuck out here, you know. And that's one of the things that I learn the deeper and deeper I dive into these gnarlier trails. Some of these trails out here, you know, you have a timestamp where you got to get out by a certain time or else you are there overnight. Okay. So this is promising. This is looking very much like a trail. Yeah. This does look like a trail. Look at that. There it is. There's the trail. Not much of one though. Not much of one. I think I might call this just a good scouting expedition to go even further on this trail than I did the first time. And a great opportunity to kind of break the cobwebs off. I know that I was pretty apprehensive about a lot of obstacles out here. I was pretty apprehensive about. It's definitely a challenging region to ride. So, yeah, I think this is one of those times where I'm just going to have to call it for here. You know, we made it up to what looks to be close to the top of the ridgeline, as far as I'm aware. So I'll call that a full ride. You can see what I mean when I say, like, this is the trail that I found, the new trail. You know, it's not that forgiving. Really, though, most of this route hasn't been very forgiving up till now either, so I wouldn't imagine it's going to get even better. I think this might be a route that's worth trying to do in 2 days. So I think what I might do is I might come out here in the fall and plan on camping out here for the night, you know, because that would give me a good opportunity to, like, pack my shotgun or something and go hunting out here, because I saw all those grouse in the earlier stages of the video. Cool that I found that cairn too. Whoever left that cairn as a marker, what a stud. Alright, you guys, I just got myself flipped around and aimed back towards the direction that I'm going to go back down the trail that we came. But I think I'm going to end this video here. You know, this was a great opportunity to explore this region more than I have in the past. So this is the second time that I've ridden out here, and by far the farthest that I've gone. But it's some pretty rugged country, and I think this is going to be a route that's going to have to be like a 2-day pack trip or something, because I need to give myself the time to methodically piece my way through the mountain. And it would probably be better not to do it solo. But I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, do me a favor and hit that like button down below. If you have any thoughts or comments, drop that in the comments section down below. And if you guys like this kind of content, definitely subscribe for more content coming out in the future. I'm also probably going to film my way down the mountain, so hopefully I will see you guys on the next one. Pow!